side judges taking Foster.
We're
On the
live
electronic clock, Charlie Club.
Live, bro. It is Friday night, and we are here at Deep Run High School in Glen Allen. And man, to say I am excited is an understatement. We are here for the first round of playoffs. And man, we've got the Deep Run Wildcats, who are 10-0, taking on the Prince George Royals, who are 7-3. Y'all are in for a good one tonight. My name is Brad Rand, here with my co-host Jesse Kirby. How you doing tonight, sir?
Not too bad, sir. Standing on top of the box, watching some football.
Yes.
It's high school playoffs, man. It's in the air. I feel it with you.
Oh,
I'm
man.
right here with you.
It's like you can just feel the energy in this stadium. The student section is unreal. The parents, I mean, it's like everybody knows that we are ready for a fight. Opening round of playoffs. This is the game that I think sets the tone for the rest of the playoffs. You're going in, whoever wins this game is going to go in and play Manchester or Douglas Freeman.
Yep.
So it's showing them like, hey, we're here, we're ready to play, and we're trying to make it all the way to states.
But on this game, looking at it on paper, you got, of course, the Wildcats at 10-0, and you have your Prince George Royals at, what, 7-3?
7-3.
So on paper, it looks like this is going to be Wildcats ball. But after watching Prince George all season and hearing some of the rumors I've heard about what people are saying about them, that pass rush is still there. Morris is still there. Curtis Allen is still there. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I think Prince George, more than ever, has something to prove this season. I mean, they haven't made a playoff appearance since 1994. That's 25 years, Jesse. How old are you?
I was 25 years old.
You're 25 years old. I mean, they have not played a playoff game since you were born.
Maybe they just needed me here.
Maybe it was you.
Maybe they just needed me here.
Maybe it was Curtis Allen. I mean, you're talking about the number 3 back in the region. I mean, this guy is insane.
Maybe it was my man Morris. Who knows? I mean, maybe you need that deep ball threat to go with your running back. Maybe it's not me. I'm not going to say it's not, but it might have something to do with those players on the field.
From what we're hearing, there seems like there's a lot of tension in this stadium right now. I mean, the student section is literally jumping up and down on their feet, screaming. We heard a rumor that tonight is camo night here at Deep Run because they are wearing camo because they wanted to try to make fun of Prince George being from the country.
Yeah, they're from the sticks.
The sticks.
From the sticks.
Well, I mean, I'm all down for a little trash talk, but all I can say is I hope your team can back it up. And
I hope you can also walk that walk. Don't. If you think some camo is going to intimidate them, they held a Tyree to 40 yards. So
and here they come.
Here come the Wildcats.
What an electrifying feeling in this stadium right now. Like I said, I mean, every person is on their feet, jumping up and down. It is surreal. I feel like I am at a playoff college game right now.
And you know how much we both love college football, and as long as the atmosphere feels like it, we're going to have a good time tonight.
So we're just a few minutes to go before we actually kick off. But again, I just want to talk about that again for a second. I mean, 25 years. What? To say that they don't want to come out and show that, like, not only are we going to break this streak, like, we're going to do something with it.
They're mad.
They're mad.
They're mad.
They're saying that they feel cheated. We talked to the coach before the game, and he says that they feel cheated. They feel like Prince George is getting no love. They're a 7-3 team. They're playoff bound. When you talk to the other people, they didn't even. Curtis Allen, the number 3 back, didn't even make pro team. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't.
They had one man voted a pro. Everybody else feels like they got cheated. There's a lot of good talent over there. Me and you have watched it. We also know that this Wildcat team obviously isn't nothing to mess with at 10-0, bouncing back from a 5-5 season last year. I think you told me
5-5 last year to go completely 10-0, which they have not gone undefeated since 2006. So they feel like they've got something to prove.
Well, 2 people trying to feel like they got something to prove. It looks like we're going to have a battle tonight, and we're about to be underway with kickoff.
We're going to start the game with Deep Run kicking off to Prince George. Good kick all the way back to the 5.
And he feels it, and he comes up, and he crosses the 20. And that's where he's about stopped. Looks like he gets up to about the 24. Them special teams runs back. They never seem to let us down so far this year, have they?
That's a name that we haven't said too much this season. Jaden Banks is the one who just caught that kickoff, and we haven't seen much out of him, but from talking to the coach before, it seems like we're going to see that. We're going to see some people that we necessarily haven't seen all season because try something new. You know,
a couple of flukes.
Yeah.
A couple of flukes.
Throw some secret weapons that they didn't know you had.
Exactly. But they know you're going to run the ball, so I hope that this is Morris's playoff game, you know, but who knows? Maybe Deep Run doesn't have anything against Curtis Allen. Let's see what they open up with.
So we've got Prince George going to start off 1st and 10 on the 24-yard line. And they're going to start off with a pass that is batted up, but he is able to stay on his feet. Morris with a nice stiff arm takes it up past the 20.
I think he gets pushed out of bounds right about the 25, and there are flags all over this
That
already.
looks like a face mask. There's a face mask, I believe.
I think that's what they're signaling. Personal foul face mask on Deep Run. You were correct.
There you go. Fun story. That white hat you're looking at right there, I work with that man. That is a guy named Tim Lassiter. He is a salesman for us.
Oh, look at that.
How you doing, Tim?
Salesman to referee.
I mean, you got to have your day job and your night job.
You always got to go for what makes you happy, and this makes me happy. I like coming out here. I like having the best seat in a high school game. So maybe he likes being on the field.
Oh, yeah. So that's going to take them up to the 39-yard line. I like that they're coming out with the pass early. That is something that we have talked about all season long, and I'm glad that they're going to show it to us early. Morris is a threat. Use him.
Well, the give is to Allen here, and he takes it straight up the gut.
Looks like he's going to get about 4 out of it.
Yeah, it looks
maybe
like
5.
I think he got up to about 4. They're going to give him to the 45.
Or to the 44.
Oh, yep, he took a step back.
Yeah, he took a step back. I saw you.
He's trying to get me.
Is that the kind of game we're going to play tonight, refs?
Thanks for having my back, bro.
So that's going to be a 1st and 5 on the 44.
So far, I mean, besides the blocked pass on the very first play.
But he made something of it.
He made something of it, and now we got a pretty decent run. See who the give is to.
They're going to go Allen again to the left side. He's only going to get about a yard or 2 out of that.
Yeah, it looked like he got 2. He crosses over to the 46.
Let's talk about this kid for a minute. I mean, Curtis Allen, what a season he has had.
Man, it has been a pleasure watching him from this view.
I mean, in second back at that. I mean, Sidney Rose was their starting back all season long. He gets hurt during the Thomas Dale game, and again, Curtis Allen has now ran for over 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns.
Coach told him if he wanted to be a D1 back, not only do you have to outdo one, but you got to go out there and want to be one.
Yeah.
And he has shown that ever since.
And he passed to Morris, but it does not make it. It looks like it might have been tipped. And Deep Run is liking what they are seeing. Again, I have not felt this energy from a school so far this year.
Well, the only defense you could say to it is this is a playoff game, but for real, I haven't felt, other than the Churchland atmosphere.
Churchland was fun.
Churchland was fun, you know.
So that's going to make it a 4th and 4. Prince George is going to punt the ball. I'm excited to see what Deep Run has. I've heard a lot of them this year. I haven't seen. Oh, that looks like a jump.
See what the refs call.
That's going to be a jump on Deep Run, I believe.
If so, that should be a first down.
On number 12. And that's going to be an automatic first down.
That's Riley Horsley.
Look at that. And offense comes back out onto the field.
He plays a little wide receiver and cornerback, and guess he was just ready to make a play here at home tonight.
Again, it's playoffs. He's trying to get to that ball. He's trying to get that snap before they can kick it off. I mean, what a tone setter for a defense to come out and block a kick. I mean, that would be huge. But sometimes it hurts you.
Sometimes you got to remember the discipline. Always remember that ball has to move before you do.
So that's going to put him on 1st and 10 on the 48. Just under 10 minutes. Curtis Allen with the ball with the room to run.
Well, he's crossed over into enemy territory. I think he's going to be brought up to about the 47 or the 48-yard line.
Looks like they're going to call him at the 48. So that should be a second and 2? Or sorry, a second and 8. Whew. It's Friday. It's a long day.
It's been a long, cold week, brother. Trust me, I'm right here with you.
So a fun fact about this game. This will be the first time in school history that these two teams have ever played each other.
And it's kind of crazy how you were telling me earlier how they've zoned the districts, and they're going to be playing each other regularly, but they decided to meet each other early in playoffs.
I like it.
Oh,
Johnson goes down when he slips and trips over his own feet, but Allen was able to get the ball, run it up the middle, and pick up a few. I believe that's going to bring up another 4th down.
No, that's going to bring 3rd, correct? Yeah, it was 2nd and 8.
Okay.
So that's going to bring a 3rd down and
about 5.
3rd and 5. You know, they're up on the 44-yard line of deep run. I would almost I think I got faith in Curtis Allen on this one.
I'd say go it again. I mean, he's only chipping away at a couple here, but you know he's good for it. You know he can make these plays. If you give him a hole, he'll make it.
And with this punt, you can
they do a pitch over to him, and he's going to be stopped after a gain of about a yard.
The good thing about gaining whatever amount they gain from the offsides is now they can pin them a little deeper with a kickoff or a punt. So I mean, things did come out pretty good.
Man, Prince George knows that once their defense goes out there, that they feel all right. I mean, their defense has been incredible this season.
I hope that
their
pass rush shows up.
Oh my gosh,
their rush has been uncontested from what I have seen all this year.
To something that we kind of breezed right over that you said a few minutes ago. I mean, Chris Tyree's the #1 back in the league, and I want to say they held him to just over. Oh, and they went for a fake.
And it could have worked. They're looking for a foul.
Yep. Dixon just went over his hands just a little.
I don't know what he was looking for there. I didn't see what could have been the flag there, but he was definitely asking for something. But I like let's go for
Me too. It's playoffs.
Fake real fast.
This could be our last game of the season, so we are going to show you everything we have.
Well, it's like you've been saying all year. Take a little risk, and what better to do than in the very first quarter with all the time still left? You're still at 0-0 on the scoreboard. Let's go for a little risky while we can.
Yeah.
Because it might pay off in the end.
That's going to get deep run, 1st and 10 on the 43, and they're going to go for a deep pass right through his hands.
Yeah, Gabe Henderson, he was wide open right there. It's just the quarterback couldn't get it to him. It was a little too high, but he was open. He had a step or two on the cornerback.
So let's see what they go for on 2nd down. Again, you know me, man. I love the pass, and I'm liking that both teams are getting it involved early. So it's going to be a 2nd 10 on the 43. About 7.5 minutes to go of this first quarter. They're going to run straight up the middle for a big run, and he's open.
He catches some blocks, and he finds the sideline.
Oh, and he's still going, and he gets out of bounds at about the
looks to be about the 17, yeah. What a big run. I didn't catch.
Number 5.
What a run. What a way to get involved early. So that's going to take them all the way up to the 18-yard line, a 1st and 10. 7 minutes and 12 to go of this first quarter. A little movement there on the side. They're going to go for a run right up the middle, and again, that pass rush is just too good.
If that was a fake, because I thought it was at first, and I could have swore they were going to be pitching it right there to Kyle Ginsone.
Brought down by Allen.
But if they did, I mean, he was wide open over there on the field side.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 8.
From the 16.
So for you guys at home watching, me and Jesse are doing this show from on top of the box, which is a little unusual, but
we haven't not done it before.
We had to do it at Churchland. It's kind of fun up here. There's no distractions. It's cold.
It's definitely cold, but thank God it ain't blowing wind like it was at Churchland that night, because it's a little colder right now. Yeah, but like you were saying, there's nothing blocking views. I mean, you can see.
Yeah, it's fun up here.
You got the best view because, I mean, you're at the highest. You can see everything up here.
Right on the 50-yard line.
Right on I'm pretty sure you're on that side and I'm on this side. But
So let's see, that's going to be a 3rd and 1 on the 16, or sorry, on the 10, and gets it up for a 1st down, and he's going to be just shy of that goal.
yeah, I think that was a QB sneak right there with Bo Kite. I mean, he just took. I didn't think he made it that far. I thought he would stop right at the line of scrimmage, and he burrowed his way all the way up to what looks to be about the 2-yard line.
Yeah, it's going to be a 1st and 2 on the goal line.
Wouldn't be surprised if they did it again.
Yeah, he's staying under center, and they go.
He bounces it to the
QB
outside.
to the
Catches
outside.
a block, and he's in.
And that's a score for Deep Run. That's going to take this to a 6-0 early in this 1st quarter.
Deep Run came out, and they came up with a very well executed drive right there. I mean, they gave you a lot of different looks. They gave you passes, the big run play. There was a whole lot right there. And the way they ended it, that was a great play. The wide receiver came over from the left and gave a tremendous block for Bo just to walk that one into the corner. Great drive.
With the QB staying so far under center, I believe they anticipated another QB sneak right up the middle.
He even did the fake handoff up the middle too when he came out.
And the kick is up, and it is good. That is going to be a 7-0 game so far for Deep Run.
5:30 still left in this 1st quarter. Still a whole lot of football left, but 7-0. Wildcats on top of the Royals here in Innsbruck.
Innsbruck, there you go. What night is that? Wednesday nights for the shows? We need to come up here this summer.
We do. I've only been up here for about 2 or 3 shows.
I think me and you came up here one time for Aaron Lewis.
It was Aaron Lewis.
That was a good time. This is a good area. So you've got Morris and Jaden Banks in the backfield ready for this kickoff.
We've got Carter Foy. I guess, is that how you would say his last name?
Looks like it, Carter Foy.
Carter Foy. Getting ready to kick this one away to the Prince George for the 2nd time.
How do you think Prince George feels going into this 2nd drive, knowing that you got stopped and they just scored? I mean, does it feel like a more pressure situation, or do you kind of go into it as still a little more level-headed since it's so early?
As a coach, you pray you have every single person over there on your sideline has ice water in their veins. As you see, he just got stuffed behind the 25 there, and that's not usual. Usually every single kickoff or punt return that we see with Prince George doing, usually they got pretty good returns. They don't ever really get stuffed like that, but yeah, in this situation, I'm hoping that my players go, you know what, it's still the 1st quarter. Let's stay calm. Let's go out here. Let's get a drive together. We're not out of it. It's 7-0. Let's go.
7-0. I mean, and they had some stuff moving at the beginning. Again, Morris with a good play that kind of came out of nothing. Curtis Allen did his job. I mean, I think you stay calm in this situation.
Do you hear what the student section is doing right now?
I don't.
You don't hear that?
Well, I mean, I can feel the stadium jumping, but Johnson steps back for a pass, and it is tipped.
Oh.
Just out of the hands.
It was a little bit
receiver.
I believe it was a little bit of a push-off, but I guess I'll stay on top of the box.
Knocked away by Gabe Henderson for the Wildcats. Incomplete, 2nd and 10.
We've seen that twice, though, kind of going, I don't know if it's the cold weather, I don't know if it's the pressure of the playoffs, but we've seen some passes just kind of go in and out of the hands of these receivers.
You saw when I asked, I think we had a safety helping us a couple weeks ago in Prince George, and I asked him, man, what is it like being under the Friday night lights? And he lit up, and he was like, there is nothing else like it. He goes, what you feel when you're out there on that field, it's unreal.
Curtis Allen straight up the middle to pick up a few, but he is stopped early. This deep run pass rush is
they
pretty
definitely
good.
came prepared for Curtis Allen. They definitely did. I mean, when you sit there and watch the tape and you see the numbers on him where he's doing fantastic all year, you're going to go out there and you're going to prepare for him.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the things that you know their run game, that they've relied on it all season long. So you'd have to imagine that 75% of these plays are going to be a blitz. They're gonna try to meet Curtis back at the line of scrimmage or behind.
And the way you fix that, in my eyes, is you start doing those pitch plays to the outside. You start bouncing it to the outside. You start doing screen plays.
Johnson steps back for a pass, and he is nearly
escaping pressure and slings it.
Ooh, nearly intercepted. Straight in and out of the hands of that safety.
But to me, if you start doing those bounce out to the outside plays or screens, that'll widen your defense up because now they got to cover it, and then you can start banging the middle.
Yep.
But if you come out just straight banging the middle like they probably practiced for all week,
it's tough. I mean,
it's going to be tough. You're going to have to wear them out.
As you see right there, I mean, Johnson is trying his best, but on these passing plays, he's having to scramble to get away, just because they're coming at him so fast right up the middle.
And that's a 3 and out for Prince George. It's 4th and 8. They're going to be kicking it back to deep run once again with 4:23 left on this first quarter. You don't think they're going to
go for a trick play here again, do you?
No, not this deep in their own territory. I wouldn't imagine that they would, but I don't think so. Not on a 4th and 8.
And the play is called dead. There is a flag very deep.
Delay a game?
Looks like a delay a game on Prince George. Is going to back him up 5.
And that's exactly what you also didn't want to do. Especially with somebody that just came out here and put a very well executed drive on you. You don't want to give them any more free yards. So I would be telling my kicker to kick the leather off at this one.
What we've seen all year long is that Prince George, for whatever reason, does come out pretty slow in the first half. I mean, and that's not a great kick. That's going to get it up to about the 49-yard line on enemy territory.
Yeah, they're already deep run's already going to be lining up in Prince George territory on their 49. Like I said, that gives them extremely short field position to what it could have been. I don't know.
It's these little errors. I mean, we saw, I don't know last week that I've ever seen so many penalties back to back to back. I mean, they ended up calling the game due to a fight, which was just completely unnecessary. But there was 3-4 flags every play.
Every play. I mean, there was a point where I thought they were throwing them on what we were saying because there was nothing going on the field.
Yeah.
You see a flag fly.
Deep run, going to run it up the middle only to get about a yard, maybe 2.
Yeah, Prince George didn't allow much on that one.
He's able to stay on his feet, though. Pretty tough kid.
We'll give him 2 yards.
Looks like that's going to bring up a 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8, ball on the 48. Just under 4 to go. Deep run still on top, 7-0. I need Prince George to hold that pass rush legacy down. I want to see them chasing somebody here in a second. A little motion.
He's going to go for a run right at the middle, and he is met at about the 41.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to bring up about a 3rd and 2.
Dixon combined on the tackle.
3rd and real, manageable. But
yeah.
3rd down and 3.
I mean, especially if you keep having big runs like that. I mean,
we've been saying it all season. If you can get 6 yards every single time out of a back, why would you ever not
eventually
give him the
you'll
ball?
get to the end zone.
Eventually you'll run out of 6-yard increments and you'll get there.
Looks like they're going pretty hard on the blitz here. QB keep right up the middle, and I believe he's going to be just shy.
I think he's actually just past it.
Let's see where they spot.
Yeah, they gave him a pretty
and they
favorable
gave it
spot.
to him.
They gave him a pretty favorable spot. His knee was down a little early.
Yeah, I think he was a little shy, but what are you going to do?
Like I said, we're on top of the box and they're on the field. So that's going to bring up a new set of downs for the Wildcats. It's going to be 1st and 10. Ball on the what looks
38.
Yep. Ball on the 38. Just under 240 in this quarter.
QB keep.
And he's going to lose.
Yeah, he's going to lose probably about 3 out of that. Takes him back to, looks like about the 42.
Yeah, it's going to bring up about a 2nd and 12 to a 2nd and 13. Now would be the time that Prince George could step up. You can send some pressure right here because you got a little extra cushion for your cornerbacks and your safeties and middle linebackers to cover you. I would definitely be sending 5 people on this play to try to go ahead and make them lose a couple more.
So let's see what they go for. It's going to be a 2nd and 14 on the 41. 2 minutes to go of this quarter. And he snaps back for the pass. And it is caught at the 30-yard line, and he stays on his feet and goes out of bounds around the 26.
Great way to stay focused. 54 for Prince George was all, if he would have had his hand raised, I'm telling you, he'd have blocked that. He was all in the face of Bo Kite on that pass. He just didn't get his head up quick enough to see that he was throwing it.
Yeah, that was Antoine Covington. Yeah, I think he could have made a play there had he had just kind of put that hand up. I don't think he anticipated the ball to be coming his way. If you notice, number 10 here on deep run, their receiver, he's not getting in the huddles, and I don't know if that's a part of the strategy to make it seem like they're not going his way, but he's not a part of the huddles. He just stays in his format or his formation over there, and then you throw to him, and it kind of throws him off. Like that corner is not expecting it.
So far, we've seen a whole lot of discipline out of this Wildcat team, though. So for him, they might have it just down to something as simple as just a hand sign to let him know pass, run, and if it's pass, what I need him to do. They might have enough faith in him to where they don't have to talk to him that much.
Yeah, and look at him. I mean, not a part of the huddle. He shifts over to the left side of the field, and Jaden Banks has to follow him. And like I said, that makes you believe that there's some kind of signal that they're showing him that he just knows where he's supposed to be. Slow handoff, but he's able to get just a yard or 2 out of that.
Yeah, that's Kyle Jensone once again. Haven't seen but so many big runs out of him. We've been seeing him out of number 5, and I don't have him on my sheet.
I'll credit him with a 1-yard gain.
He's going to get 1 yard out of that deal. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. 35 seconds to go of this quarter.
I don't know if you noticed, but Carter Foy just checked back into the Wildcat huddle. And he's lining up over there on the left side.
Got a little motion right. QB keeps, snaps back for a pass, and he is open at the 15-yard line. And he is caught and good.
No testament to he was open, but Carter Foy over the middle was wide open. If QB's got to keep his head on a swivel, and he could have definitely had a touchdown right there.
I think it's one of those things as you get into the playoffs, and I know you want to believe that you're calm and you're ready and you're but I still think like you know the game plan and you know where that ball's supposed to go, and it's hard to veer from a plan.
But something about when you get in the moment, a lot of that just goes whoop, right out of your head.
Yep. Oh, because you just want to make the play. I mean, it's a pressure moment. Again, this sideline over here is unreal, and I think that they just want to make the play, and they want to know that my guy should be open, so I'm going to throw it to him. And maybe that's part of the plan. Maybe he trusts his receiver enough to, because, I mean, that's 3 times he's thrown to him and 3 catches.
Yep.
He's open. He knows he's going to be open.
You can definitely tell they are a passing squad versus a run squad because they've only had that one big run so far.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's been pass plays. I mean, the first quarter it's over now, and it's 7-0. And it's been nothing but deep run. I mean, if Prince George didn't get that penalty early to give them that first down,
I don't know.
It'd have been 2, 3 and outs for Prince George so far.
Yeah, I don't know that they've picked up a first down by themselves
They
yet.
did. It was right after that penalty. They got one more right after that, and that's been it. They haven't really showed us too much on their offense. But deep run came out, and they've given us a lot of different looks so far, and they're looking pretty decent so far tonight.
So that's going to bring up the second quarter, 7-0. The ball is going to be a 1st and 10 on the 15 for a deep run. I think this is where you start to get more of a running game going because as you see, Prince George's defense is more spread out now than it's ever been, and then that's what I'm saying. It opens the holes in the middle to be able to pick up big gains.
They're going to get all the way down to the 5-yard line with that run. They're already knocking on the door once again, just inside the second quarter, to go ahead and make this a 2-score game.
So let's see what they go for. Like I said, I mean, that's what I was saying in the middle of saying was that they've passed it to the outside enough to where Prince George, we have watched all year long, their defense is tight-knit. They're always right there, and that's why their pass rush is always so good.
Well, it's such a key component because, like you were just saying, their cornerbacks, their safeties, they play such a tight coverage, and that was
nice
a fake.
Pitch over to the right, and that is in for a touchdown.
That was a fake to Miles Ellis. That was a very well executed play, very good fake. They had me faked up here, and all of a sudden I seen a ball fly back. Wow, great execution by these Wildcats.
You think that's something that they've probably had to have practiced all week long.
That's something you keep in the back of the playbook, and you show it off in playoff time.
That's going to take
it all season.
13-0 right at the start of the second quarter.
Yeah, we got 11-17 still left on the clock for the second quarter, and it's 13-0 pending this extra point. Like I said, Wildcats coming out strong and showing a lot of different looks. Prince George is going to have to step their game up quick. And
that is blocked.
If that doesn't get in their head a touch.
Yes. So we were talking to the coach before the game, and one of the big things that he was saying is that we are a second-half team. What we try to do is slow them down in the first quarter, second quarter, the whole first half. And then that second half, we come out and dominate, but I think you need to kind of take control of the game now before it gets too far away.
The scary part about that game plan is, can you always dig yourself out of that hole?
Right, and it's scary. I mean, we watched them do it against Thomas Dale, though.
We did, but it was only by, I think they only won by what, 5?
Yeah, I mean, it was close. That safety helped them a lot early on in the game, but yeah, I mean, it's not a good feeling, though. It's not a good feeling going into the second half knowing that you're down and knowing that you have to climb.
The good thing is now you can go into halftime with this PG team and be like, hey, we've been here before.
Yeah.
I don't know why you got heads down. We've been here time in and time out. Let's go do our thing.
So Deep Run is going to kick off to Prince George. That is going to be their first possession of this second quarter. And again, we've got Jaden Banks and Morris in the backfield, and it goes straight back to a touchback. That's going to give them the ball on the 25 to start this second quarter.
Is it the 20 or the 25? I don't know if high school is different than NFL. It's going to be the 20.
Looks like the 20. I stand corrected. Anybody watching out there, I was wrong, and I'm happy to admit it.
That's not the goal I was going for. I wasn't trying to.
It is. I mean, I know how you like calling me out. I mean, the 49 or the 51, I get it.
The 51 was just funny.
Yeah.
The 51 was just funny.
I'm bullied up here.
You were not bullied up here. Are you ready?
Prince George is going to take the ball on the 20-yard line. 1st and 10, and they're going to go Curtis Allen straight up the middle for a big gain.
That's the Curtis Allen that I'm used to seeing.
6-7 yards every carry. That's what got him those 1,300 yards.
Strong, patient running. That's all it is strong, patient running, and you can see it. He shows it to you. He's going to find his gap, then he's just going to go. I didn't get where we heard the rumor, where we've heard that Prince George is just big, so that means they're slow. I've seen more explosiveness out of Morris and Allen and Johnson
than I have all season long.
Than I've seen out of a lot of other teams all season, so.
Johnson handoff to Curtis Allen again, and it looks like he's going to be just a yard past the first down. That's going to move the sticks.
That's going to be good enough for a first down, so there you go. Prince George is on the move with 10:32 still left in this half, 13-0, following the blocked field goal.
You score now. you definitely feel like you're involved again. You know, you score now, that makes it a 6-point game, and then
that'll cap off the whole field goal block. You know, that'll give everybody on that sideline, all right, we are in this. If we can perform like that off a blocked field goal in one drive, we're still in this.
1st and 10 on the 32, 10-10 to go. Curtis Allen again, and he is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. He might have lost a couple out of that, and that's what scares me about Prince George, is that they rely so much on that run game, because Curtis Allen is a great back. Yep. He is, I mean, again, number 3 in the region. I mean, he is a great back.
He's arguably a D1 talent. He is arguably.
I hate that they do this every single game. They don't get Morris involved into the game until late in the second half, and you need him. You need somebody like Morris. You need that speed. And again, like we were talking about on the flip side, is that you got to open that defense up. Look at their defense. They've got 9 guys right there in the middle. They've got 2 corners on the back, and they've got 1 safety back here. They know they're going to run.
What I would have done on that first down, you just had 2 running plays that got you a pretty decent first down. You know what I mean? After all this electrifying energy, just kind of, you now have your first down. I'd have passed on that first down, without a doubt.
Yeah, because again, you've got 9 guys right there at the middle, so your backfield is open. If you can get the ball to Morris, Morris has shown us that if you can just get the ball to him, he'll make a play.
Oh, once the ball is in his hands and he's got 2 yards worth of room.
Did you see the stiff arm earlier?
Yeah, I did.
That guy is no joke. They've got 2 receivers on the outside here. Morris all the way down closest to the sideline. And Johnson keeps the ball. Pitches it over to William Headley and just can't hang on to it.
Yeah, that was a blown coverage by Riley Horsley. He gave way too much room.
Headley is one we had not talked about a whole lot this season, but last game against Meadowbrook, he was in there. I mean, that guy was making plays left and right. Again, you kind of think that with somebody like Headley and somebody like Morris that maybe we are at that point where you're going to start getting them involved. Maybe you do kind of veer from Curtis Allen a little bit.
We've always have him there. We've been talking about it for a while, and sometimes your team's number 2 weapon is actually your best weapon because they're going to double coverage your number 1. Who wouldn't put 2 people in
Johnson stays back for the pass and avoids the sack and stays on his feet.
Block.
Oh, man, all the way up to the 47. There is a flag way back at the 20.
Backfield, yeah.
So let's see what that is on. I believe that's going to – they're all walking back like they believe it's on Prince George.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh.
Holding on PG. It's been like that for the past couple first halves of games. I mean, it's always we've got to figure out simple football again. It's how do we not make the mistakes to stop doing this? How many touchdowns we watched them get called back all this season, I guess I should almost say.
You hate that. As a coach, you're looking at that like Johnson just got us up to the 50 almost. And now we're going all the way back to the 5?
Yeah, we're 5 yards away from our own end zone where we were almost at midfield 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, that's going to be a 3rd and the board's not updated here and my math isn't that good. I mean, that's going to be about a 35-yard distance.
Shoot, hold on, let me see if I can do the math for you because that's pretty.
Sorry, that takes them up to the 10, so that's going to be about 31 yards.
Under 8.5 left in this first half.
Johnson stays back and tosses it deep to Morris, just in and out of the hands.
Oh,
and
there's a flag.
There is a flag on the 45. Let's see what that is on.
It's got to be a push-off pass interference on deep run. There's no way, from what I saw.
He's going over to Tim to tell him what he saw. Let's see what that is. Something. Prince George is hoping for something.
Pass interference on the defense.
Wow. What a big play at this point.
Indication is it's going to be.
I don't like how that's not a spot foul.
I don't either. So that's going to give them 10 yards.
I think is it 10 or 15? It's 10. Okay. Or is that? Looks like a 15-yard.
So the result of the penalty. Place the ball
Yeah, I don't like how that's not a spot foul.
Me either.
at the 25-yard line.
So that's going to put them at the 25. A 3rd and 18.
3rd down, 17.
So you're saying there's a chance?
I'm saying that Morris almost had his hands on that ball right there. Why not I would say, put Headley on one side, Morris on the other, have them cross over, try to confuse the defense, see what you can make happen. But now you've got Headley running all the way to the right. Johnson keeps the ball, runs up. Man, if he would have had a block right there, he could have made something happen.
Yeah, I didn't agree with that play call. I don't know. I kind of like what you were saying, but I'd have had Morris going short, and I'd have told Headley to actually be the one to go for it a little bit deeper of a crossing route, because everybody's going to go after Morris. But if you got Headley on the deeper crossing route, and you just hope he's got the hands.
4th down and 12.
So that's going to bring up a 4th down and 12 on the 29-yard line, which is going to bring up a likely punt scenario for Prince George.
Yeah, we're under 8 minutes to go. Still 13-0. You were kind of hoping they could cap off that blocked field goal, which was awesome.
For Prince George, though, this almost feels like you got to block them here. You can't give them another one. You can't, let's say they make the field goal, you make it a 20-point game. That's getting a little out of hand going into this second half.
I don't think we've seen them crawl out of a 20-point hole yet this season. I've seen them crawl out of a 14-point.
Yeah.
I've seen them crawl out of a couple decent holes, but I don't know if I've seen the 20-point this season. But I don't know if we're going to be seeing a fake here this deep into their own territory.
I could imagine you're not.
You don't think so, Mr. Risk?
For deep run, Henderson, and he's on 39. Awaits the punt.
And the punt is off, and he gets it up short to looks like it's going to stop.
Thank God it took a little bit of favorable bounce from PG.
Took it up to about the 46, 47.
Yeah, it's going to take it up to about the 46, 47 of deep run, or it was going to be the complete opposite situation.
It would have been about a 46 on Prince George's side. Gotta love when, you got to take the small wins when you can, and a favorable bounce is always a good win.
But anytime your kicker comes off smiling, you kind of wonder where your mentality in the game is.
So let's see what Deep Run has here. It's going to be 1st and 10 on about the 46, 47. We've seen a lot out of them. I mean, again, look how spread out Prince George's defense is here, and we haven't seen that all year.
Whole lot of fakes so far, too.
Nice little run to the right side. He's going to get about 2 out of that.
Kite pitches to Ellis. Picks up a yard or so. 2nd down.
Prince George's defense just doesn't look like they have a whole lot of energy right now. I mean, again, throughout the season, we've seen everybody high-fiving and jumping and hugging, and then this time it's like everybody's kind of slow getting to their spots. Nice QB keep to the left side with a beautiful stiff arm, and he catches the block all the way up to about the 33-yard line.
That was a fantastic run by Bo Kite, showing you just how athletic he really is. He also plays a little middle linebacker. He's not just a quarterback.
Okay. You don't see that very often. You don't see the multi-purpose quarterbacks very much.
Not with a middle linebacker situation,
If you can do it, do it.
I'll take the help wherever I can get the help as a coach.
So that's going to be a 1st and 10 on the 34-yard line with 6 minutes 42 to go of this first half. And he passes it short, but man, just out through him.
Yeah, he led him a little too far on that one, just not on target with his receiver.
I think there was a little bit of a miscommunication, though, because if you watch that receiver, he ran up 5-6 yards and cut back like he was anticipating just for it to be a drop back. But
that's Gabe Henderson, who, like we've been talking about, doesn't line up in the huddle. He just kind of stands there and waits for, I guess, a code word or a signal or something.
That's what happens, though, when you don't get into the huddle. There is some miscommunication, because I think that quarterback was anticipating more of a slant-style pass, so he led him a little bit, and he just wasn't able to pick it up. Nice pitch over to 24, up to about the 21-yard line. That's the second time we've seen that play.
Did you see the fake pitch to draw him in a little bit closer?
Man,
that is fantastic. It's those little details that can help make a 5-yard play into a 10 to 12-yard play very easily. All he did was a little fake pitch real fast, drew him in a little closer, running back's wide open, give him the ball, first down.
Yep. So that's going to be a 1st and 10 on the 20. Deep run on the move. Go for another run to that middle right side to pick up a couple.
Yeah, he tried to bounce it out to the field side. And
I actually think he got it about to the line of scrimmage.
Tackled by Darius Clyburn.
Looks like he gained 1. It's going to be a 2nd and 9 on
go about a chain gang, though. They're wrong.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
And who says our job is easy?
Whew.
So we're down to about 6 minutes left, halfway through the second quarter. Still 13-0 with deep run once again with a run up the middle, not really going too far.
That's the pass rush we're talking about. That's the pass rush that we have seen that stops them before they can get anything going, and that's what we're going to need to see again if Prince George wants to have a chance in this game.
Well, they just got to get back to being ball hungry like they always are. I mean, there hasn't been a game this season where I'm not going, oh my God, and they're already back there.
Yeah.
So I need to see that against this team, but it looks like Deep Run has prepared in the areas they needed to prepare for so far. I mean, hold the D-line and watch their run game.
Yep.
And see if Prince George can get it figured out, though.
It's going to be a 3rd and 9, again on the 21-yard line. And he steps back for the pass, and he passes it deep to the end zone, and it's caught for a touchdown.
That is Miles Ellis with the
beautiful
deep pass touchdown.
Man, had that safety had just stayed with his guy, the safety turned around like he was anticipating, like he was going to be able to make an interception.
That was a good 30-yard catch and throw. I mean, they were out on the 21, plus he drops back to the back of the end zone. That was a beautiful pass directly over the defender, out of harm's way. Touchdown, Wildcats. Looks like they're going for 2.
They're going for 2. They're trying to make up for that missed PAT. And the QB keep to the right side, and he gets
it in.
Man, that takes it to a 21-0 game.
Bo Kite just got on the 2-point conversion to make it a 21-0 game. Wildcats all over the Royals in this first half with 5 minutes left to go. What are you thinking over there, Brad?
I'm thinking you've got to score here. I'm thinking that if you want to have a chance in this game, and I think as players to stay focused and to want to keep putting on this fight, you got to put something together. You've got to stop beating yourselves. You've got to stop making these plays and getting you up, 30, 40-yard plays and then getting it taken right back. I mean, you need something here. You need to get it going. Or it's going to get out of hand.
Faster pace going. If you keep coming out here slow and trying to act like you have that game plan, apparently they're reading you so far. So let's go in a little bit of a hurry up, maybe a different formation.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, what I'm doing is I'm calling 2, 3, 4 plays in the huddle, and I'm trying to get it as fast as possible.
Let's go. Let's move it. Let's keep it moving. I would go to a 2-minute drill.
Yeah. I mean, you're there. I mean, 5 minutes to go. I mean, and again, you're down 3 scores. You got to do something, and you got to do it fast.
And the kick is up.
And it is a good one back to nice for a touchback, because that was about to be ugly. That was about to be ugly. Morris ran up like he was anticipating a return and slipped on some wet grass.
Man, that was almost really ugly for PG.
Yeah.
3. Yeah. Thankfully, he got his hand out of the way to let it bounce into the end zone, but.
2 minutes. 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 2
that could have been a lot worse of a situation than what they needed right now.
So that's going to put Prince George on the 20-yard line for a 1st and 10.
That fire heater down there on the sidelines would be right nice right up here, wouldn't it?
Wish it was right behind us. I could, you know what? Or right in between us, because I need it. It is cold up here. Curtis Allen to a run to the right, stays on his feet, gets it up, good for a 1st down, takes down at about the 48-yard or the 38-yard line.
Man, it looked like he turned into a ping pong ball at the end right there, didn't he? I mean, he was just trying to keep fighting forward, but he was just getting hit from every direction.
Left and right. But that's the kind of thing that you do see from Curtis Allen, is that when he needs to, he turns into a tank, and he's not scared to drop a shoulder and
we've seen
make some big hits.
We have seen it so many times.
So that's going to be a 1st and 10 on the 38. 4 minutes to go of this half.
Scoreboard tried to get you there.
Yeah, it says 48. They're playing games with me. That's the kind of hit I'm talking about right there. Curtis Allen had the ball. He went backwards, but that's what I was saying. He is not scared to drop a shoulder and take it and deliver a hit.
Drew Loving on the tackle there still delivered a pretty big hit, and he was hyped up about it. I mean, this Wildcat team is just hyped up right now, and that 21-0 in the first half, it's hard to knock them. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's playoffs, and you're already up 3 scores in the first half, and you haven't seen too many answers in big plays from Prince George, and they need to start doing some now.
So it's going to be a 2nd and 12. Curtis Allen runs straight up the middle again. He's got the entire team holding on to his back. He's going to pick up, looks like, about 3.
That's going to be a pretty decent gain. He gets up.
Once again, Curtis Allen.
He gets up to about the 43-yard line. So, I mean, that was a pretty decent gain. That was about an 8-yard pickup. I mean, because he was behind the sticks at the beginning of that play.
So just to give y'all a heads up about what's going on around the league, the team or the game that will be played next week would be against either Manchester or the Douglas Freeman Rebels, and that game right now is Manchester 28-0.
Ooh, and a block
and it
pass.
is blocked.
That's going to bring up a 4th and 5. Ball on the 43.
Batted down by Sam Hutchinson for the Wildcats.
But yeah, so as I was saying, Manchester and Douglas Freeman is playing, and that will be the next game. Whoever wins this game will play the winner of that game. And yeah, Manchester's winning 28-0. Thomas Dale, our home school, is winning 19-0 against the Grassfield Grizzlies.
Grassfield Grizzlies.
Back to receive.
Hopewell Devils doing what Hopewell Devils do, 27-8.
Gets the punt away. And that took a really favorable bounce from PG. They're inside their own 20 now.
So about where they would be for a touchback.
It's going to put the ball at about the 18 with 3 minutes and 14 seconds left. They're already up 21-0. I imagine there's going to be some run plays in this one. I don't imagine seeing too many in the air, but who knows?
They might catch you off guard. They might be looking at, Manchester being 28-0 and almost looking at this with a lead like this. Should we try some things that we're going to need for next week?
Show them that, hey, just because you did it, we can do it too. So when you check them scores, think about us.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's going to be a
QB keep up the middle. He's only going to get a couple out of it. Stays on his feet for about 3.
Bo Kite is he's showing you his athleticism. He's showing you he's not scared to run it up the middle, take the hits. He's coming into the outside, fake pitching it, still taking a big hit just so his running back can get some more yards. He's slung the ball 30-something yards for a touchdown pass. He is showing you that he is an athletic quarterback tonight.
Yeah, that was a pickup for 5, so that's going to be a 2nd and 5 on what looks like to be the 23. Just about 2.5 minutes to go of this first half. And they go for a running back up the middle, which is good for a first down and about 3.
That's going to move the sticks. Clock still roll.
Clock is not rolling, but clock should be rolling.
I think the ball's got to get to, there it is. There's the signal.
Okay.
Clock rolling now. You are down to 2 minutes and 15 seconds left in this half. 21-0. Wildcats moving the ball once again.
Oh, bad catch on the snap there. And it is caught at the 46-yard line.
And guess who that is? Mr. Touchdown himself, Miles Ellis, with another big catch. I thought it was going to be intercepted.
Me too.
Bo-Kite is lacing them things in there exactly where they need to go all night tonight. He has been on target, out of defense reach, right into his own man's hands on almost every pass play we've seen tonight.
So what were you saying just a minute ago about running the ball? That does not seem like the strategy here.
It looks like they are going for full blood tonight. I don't see any.
What I was saying at the very beginning, set the tone now. Show them who you are for the rest of this playoff series and let them know tonight, this is who we are. This is what we're bringing to the table, and you better be prepared.
We got a timeout taken by the Royals now with just 1 minute and 58 seconds left to go in this half. But I totally agree with you. That's how I've always felt. Always come out and show, just get as much as you can.
Prince George defense coming back out onto the field. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 on what looks like to be about the 46-yard line. Running shotgun formation again, stepping back for the pass again deep. And it is caught.
That's to the
all the way into the end zone. Oh my gosh.
27-0. 149 still left. What else do you want out of these guys?
They are showing we are here for blood, and they are delivering.
Wow, this is a straight, almost a mirror image of that score you just told us in Manchester. And then whoever goes next week, it's going to be a game.
Wow. We have seen a blocked kick so far, so let's see if they can do it again. I don't know. I mean,
they're going for 2.
Wow. And
wide
open in the end zone for a score.
2 more points.
Oh my gosh, 29-0.
Jesse Robinson with the 2-point conversion catch right there.
At this point, I think they're just saying, like, you know what, Prince George, nice having you, but you can't stop us, so we're just going to go for it on every time. I mean,
almost looks like they're trying to outdo Manchester also. 28-0. Now we got 29-0.
Yeah, here we go.
Hey, we're 1 point better than you in the first half.
Hey, Manchester, y'all ready for us?
Wow, what a football game for the Wildcats so far. Everything going perfect for them. PG has got to stop this dam from leaking now.
What changed? I mean, again, from Deep Run being a 5-5 team, not making the playoffs, to on the road to being 11-0. I mean, what changed? What
They're
happened?
about halfway through a football game to being still undefeated all season, and with their first playoff win in I don't know how long, but
I mean, again, what did I tell you?
That was PG, I think you were talking about. It was 25 years, but
I believe they said that Deep Run hadn't made it since 2006.
That's it. That's what you told me. So you're looking at 13 years for them.
Beautiful kick every time. Takes it back deep, and it goes out of bounds. Looks like it's going to go out of bounds around the 12.
Yeah, but I think they're going to move the ball up. Can't pin them like that on a kickoff.
Prince George will get to decide where they'd like that ball.
So we have 1 minute and 50 seconds to go of this first half. Then we're going to take a quick 15-minute break, and then we will be back. So everybody watching now, please come back.
69 seconds.
Stick around for this last minute and 50 seconds, of course.
Oh, yeah. Don't go straight to the concession stand or the kitchen yet.
I saw some Chick-fil-A sandwiches over there, Jesse. I mean, I don't know. You bring your wallet? You spotting me?
I don't like how that escalated towards me so fast.
Johnson with a big pass to Morris, and he takes it up past the 50 with a nice stiff arm.
That's what we've been talking about. That's what we've needed to see. Give me some pass plays. Morris is hungry. Headley is hungry. You've been feeding Allen. Give it to him in key moments. When you start moving the ball like that, they expect you to run it right now.
It makes me question the offensive game plan, though, because, again, I have said that every single game, that why do you wait until you're so far into the hole to start bringing out your threats like Morris? We've watched him do it time and time again, but again, we watch every single week they don't get him involved until they're down. Yep. I don't get it. Another big pass.
Two Morris.
Oh, just a little high, but it seems like that's the plan now.
I mean, right now when you're down 29-0, you got to put the ball in the air. You got to conserve as much clock as possible, but you also don't want to give them the ball back. As fast as they're moving it and how much they're just driving this dagger into you, I would try to hold on to the ball for the absolute rest of the game. But
it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 on the 47. Man, Jesse, I almost said it. I almost said the 53.
Oh, I'd have loved it. Playoff game, you got to give it to me one more time, man.
Nah. So Johnson steps back for a pass again to almost nobody, and Morris dives for the catch, and he is unable to make it.
That's 3 back-to-back passes to Morris. 2 of them to the same side. Like I said, I love that you're getting him involved. It should have happened in the first quarter. But keep it going. Don't get discouraged by it. And look for different targets.
I think, I mean, again, you've got Headley on the other side who is getting 0, not even a look towards him. But again, I think they're trying to spread that defense out so they can go back to their bread and butter, being Curtis Allen. But tough call now. I mean, why wait so long? But I mean, again, that's been the story of the season. So we've got Johnson in shotgun formation, and they do go to Curtis Allen right up the middle, like I told you, to pick up about 8.
Yeah, it looks like he got stopped right at the 40, and the clock's still rolling. You're down to about 1 minute and 20 seconds now left in this half. It's going to bring up third and short, but very manageable with a running back that you have. So don't go away from your game plan now.
It's a 4th down,
Heck,
though.
give it to Johnson. Keep it in Johnson's hands.
So it's going to be a 4th and 3. Johnson again in shotgun formation, and he snaps back for a pass to Morris. And it is caught.
What?
It is caught at about the 29-yard line.
Nice catch by.
Wow, what a catch by number 11.
To give Prince George a first down.
And we're under a minute to go. Clock's still rolling. I mean, you got timeouts. And a first down. I'd have blew one right there.
I would have too. I think the game plan is to get a little closer, but man, you were running out of time. Morris straight up the middle runs into his own guy to pick up about 5 out of that.
They're going to call the timeout probably here.
The clock is still moving. If they're going to call it, they need to call it. There we go.
I told you, but think of how much time you just wasted.
You just wasted 6 seconds. I mean, in 6 seconds, it's crucial.
I'd have called the timeout, 50 seconds to go, fresh set of downs. Let me bring my offense in here and talk to them. It's fresh set of downs. You're on the, just say the 25 or the 30. I'd have definitely brought my offense over on that first down and talked to them. You know, get them hyped up, let them know the situation. Let's go in. You got 50-something seconds left. Now you're down to 35. I mean, that was 15 seconds you could have saved there.
Yeah.
And I like to pass on first down. I've always liked to pass on first down.
Go right here. Pass it again. Again, I think you need to try to confuse this defense a little bit to man, I'm stuttering a little bit. To have Morris just keep running out and doing a quick little cutback, that's not the answer.
Giving Morris a streak down the sideline is not utilizing his skills. Make the man cut. He's got moves. He's got explosiveness. He can explode out of a cut and be wide open. And it's, I don't know.
But yeah, again, look how many guys they have right there in the box going for the pass rush. You've got one corner on this side with Morris. You've got a corner on the other side, kind of looks like he's going to go in for a blitz because there's nobody even over there. You've got Headley right beside Morris. If you have one on each side and have them crisscross in the backfield to try to throw off those corners and make them run into each other a little bit, you can maybe get a play to Morris on the outside, which he can go out of bounds, and you're still picking up a big downs.
You could have been doing a whole lot of motion with them too, even if it was just false motion. You could have been just to confuse the defense with your wide receivers in motion, even though you're going to run it. I mean, there's so many things they could do.
But again, they've got Morris running out to the outside.
Johnson
keeps the ball and goes in for a score. That makes this a 29-6 game.
Prince George squeaking one in right before the half. We were down to about 31 seconds left in the half. It is 29-6.
Man, you know I'm a hopeful kind of guy, and if I'm Prince George, I'm saying to my team, they just scored 29 points in a half.
If they can do it, we can do it, but we don't have to now. We just got 6 in this one. I like it.
They're gonna need some big plays and some big stops. That's their issue right now.
They're going for it.
I don't know that I would have done that right here.
No, I wouldn't have.
That's exactly why Morris goes back to about the 15 and trips over his own feet.
Sam Hutchinson.
So that's going to keep it a six-point gain.
I'd have gone for the easier field goal. You're down 29. I get it. You want to try to chip away at it as fast as you possibly can, but at this point, you just want to get as many points on the board as you possibly can, and I'd have gone with field goal.
So that brings up 31 seconds to go of this half at 29-6.
So I don't really have to buy you a Chick-fil-A sandwich, do I?
I mean, I was hoping you were. I mean, what are friends for?
To buy each other Chick-fil-A sandwiches? Is that what you're getting at?
For you to buy me Chick-fil-A sandwiches.
For me to buy you Chick-fil-A. All right. I'll see how you are.
But to talk about Johnson there again, I mean, we haven't seen that too much this game, but we have seen it a bunch over the course of the season, is that Johnson's a good runner.
He is a very good runner.
If you do some QB keeps, he'll make a play.
You could do that. You could make him drop back in the shotgun like he's going to pass and then just dart out. I mean, it's so many things you could do with this team because they have so much talent. Just a couple of questions I got.
So the good kick back to about the 15. And he looks like he gets it up to about the 30.
Ellis on the run.
Looks like he's just shy of it. I think he's going to be about the 28, the 28, 27, but it'll be really close. 27 seconds left. I know I said it was going to be a whole lot of runs last time. Let me ask you what you're going to expect out of this one.
If I'm Deep Run at this point, I'm going to go for the run. Take it into halftime with this much of a lead. What you don't want to do is do something risky like pass the ball and catch an interception for a pick six and really change the momentum of the game.
Whole lot of downhill running, protecting the football.
Yep. They're signaling back like they're anticipating a run, and that was a bad move. Oh, man. Run all the way to the left side up to looks like about the 47.
And he fell before he went out of bounds. So that should keep the clock rolling. And I believe I saw the signal. Nope, now they're going to win.
If you saw there, it looks like the Prince George defensive captain was looking at the safety and told him to go back like they were anticipating a pass. The safety came up like he was going for a blitz, and he pushed him back, and then that's what created that hole for him to run through. Had the safety had stick to the game plan and just rushed in, he wouldn't have picked up those yards.
17 seconds left. 1st and 10, 29-6. What a night.
We've got both teams lined back up, ready to close out this first half.
Back in the shotgun. He drops back.
Number 4 is open on the middle. Oh, straight through his hands on that right side. Again, I know it's playoffs, and I know that you've got a game plan and you're trying to stick with it, but had he had just looked at the middle and saw number 4, he could have floated one right into his hands into the end zone. He was open with nobody near him.
So far, that's been my only complaint with Bo Kite, though. I mean, like I've just said a few minutes ago, he's got athleticism. He can run it. He plays middle linebacker. He'll read it. You know, he'll do whatever he's got to do. But it just seems like he needs to work on reading downfield, because he's had a couple people wide open,
and he passes to the middle for an intercepted.
Intercepted. You got to take it to the house. You're out of time.
You need some blocks here. And he's still going, and he is taken down at about the 40. But, man, what a shift. That's the type of thing I'm talking about. You throw an interception, you get Prince George, and you put some fire under them and make them believe that, you know what, we can come back and do this. Although this score is very lopsided, it is not over, and we've got a whole half to play.
That is momentum and energy you want to take to this locker room for halftime. Your coach is going to harp on it, saying, look, you were playing fantastic second quarter football. Let's go back out there, and let's do what we do in the second half.
And that is it for the first half. We are going to take a quick 15-minute break. We will be back again in 15 minutes. We'll see y'all.
Thank you.
And we are back from our halftime, and we are watching these two teams warm up for the rest of this game.
I got one. Should I even ask now?
Go ahead.
Are you happy?
I am much happier now, yes.
You want to tell everybody what you got?
Jesse bought me my Chick-fil-A sandwich.
Oh, just couldn't tell that face now.
I know it. So we are back for what could be a good second half. Deep Run has pretty much dominated this entire game up until the last couple of minutes. The last couple of minutes, Prince George's defense was able to hold up a stop, and then they were able to put together a scoring drive.
Yeah, I mean, but I wouldn't have went for two.
No.
I wouldn't have went for two. I would have definitely just kept on going with the easy points and get them all on the board. But Deep Run, like you have said, just looking phenomenal in that first half. I didn't see much that didn't work. They gave a whole lot of different looks. They showed that they are very well disciplined. They are very well coached. Play calling on the Prince George side to me seems to be.
That's the issue. That's their struggles. I mean, there's too many times that something could have happened had they had just gone a different route. I mean, again, this last couple of minutes that Prince George has been in this game is pretty much all Morris. They're opening up that defense.
We saw him. He got targeted 3 times back to back to back, and you can't do it that way.
No. You've got to be able to. I mean, you've got to be able to pass the ball to run the ball.
And the kick is away, giving it back to Deep Run. He's fielding it about the 14-yard line, cuts it all the way almost across field.
Stays on his feet to about the 29.
Got slammed down right there about the 29. See what the Prince George defense has maybe figured out during that halftime break to try to slow down these Wildcats. And who's to say the Wildcats ain't got a whole new formula to come out here and try.
Yeah. I mean, from what we saw that last half, between all the trick plays and the QB keep pitches, and I mean, they've got it seems like their playbook goes a little deeper than what we've seen.
They're going to show you a whole bunch of it. And do we have a flag already?
There is a flag early. First play of the second half, and we've got a flag. Looks like it's going to be an offsides on Prince George, which is going to back them up 5.
That is not what we're used to seeing in the second half. Usually Prince George cleans their game up when they go into the locker room and don't really get decorated too much, except for last week.
Last week was a weird scenario.
That was a rough one. That was definitely a rough one.
So we've got Deep Run coming out there with a free 5 yards. Let's see if they can do something with it. They go for a run right up the middle, and he's going to pick up 2.
Yeah, with the first and 5, you give it to the running backs who just got. Who knows? This might be a pass play on second down.
The passing plays have worked for them. I mean,
and they haven't been scared to throw them either. I mean, one of their touchdowns came off of one. Then the 2-point conversion following was one. So
it just seems like it's either blown coverage or their receivers are just that good, because these receivers are open.
Getting a little colder, getting a little later out.
QB keeps straight up the middle, cuts to the right, way outside to the end zone with a nice hurdle. And he takes it all the way up to looks to be about the 35-yard line.
Into enemy territory, and that was a fantastic run. Like I've been saying, he is athletic. That quarterback will show it to you. He's been doing it all night, and why not right here in the second half? The only thing scary is I maybe wouldn't do it with this much of a lead. But
again, I think it just goes back to this is your game to set the example for the rest of the playoff series. There was a flag, but Tim has picked it up and waved it off.
I didn't really see anything to put a call
on. I think anytime things start, there's a lot of moving pieces like that, and you've got a lot of guys bunched up there together with some hurdles. I think they just kind of throw it as a precautionary.
Did any of y'all see anything?
No? All right, we'll wave it away. All right, we're good. QB stays in the shotgun formation, similar side all night. Goes for a run right up the middle, and he takes it up to about the 31-yard line.
Power back. I wish I had his name on my roster, but it skips literally right over number 5. But he has been running hard all night, and I wish I could give the credit to him. So if anybody watching knows who number 5 is, please let me know his name. I'd rather give him his recognition.
So it's going to be the score, my board is killing me here. It's going to be a 1st and probably 5. He's going to get maybe 1 out of that.
Yeah, the scoreboard has definitely not been on our side tonight.
The board said it was 1st and 31.
And there was no possible way that it was a 1st and 31. Down to 10 minutes of this third quarter.
So it looks like it's going to be about a 3rd and 2 on the 31.
Are you sure? Because it's updating once again.
All right, we're on the 30.
And just like that, 2 yards were gained.
So they go for a run up the middle, and Deep Run is able to find a hole and pick up a 1st down.
Rushes it up to about the 25-yard line for a good 1st and 10 setup. Fresh set of downs, under 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. Deep Run once again. They will figure out a way to move the ball, it seems like.
I just love what you don't know what's coming. You know, and that's been my biggest complaint with Prince George all year long, is that they follow the same formation, and then they've got a set of probably 5 plays that they run off that formation. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties there. But they've got like 5 plays that they run off of that formation, and Deep Run is just showing you something different every time. You don't know if they're going to run left, run right, run up the middle, throw it. You know, you just don't know. And I think that's how you win ball games.
Watch Bo Kite during his handoff execution, because if you watch, he looks like a solid college quarterback where he's trying to decide if he wants to keep it or actually give it away, or if there's something else open in a different area of the field. I mean, he has been coached. Like I said, I think all he needs is just learn how to read the field and calm down.
I think that's just good selling the play. You know, I think it's one of them things where I think they have the game plan and he knows what he's going to do, but he's selling the defense on something new. And they do pass it to a nice
little lob pass up to about the 20. That's going to be about a good gain of 5 off of that play. So that's going to bring up. Is that 2nd and going to be 5, or is that going to be 3rd and 5?
It's going to be a 3rd and 5.
Picks up 5.
Scoreboard's still not helping me.
Down to the 20. 3rd down and 5.
Well, I'll help you, Jesse. It's going to be a 3rd and 5 on the 20. Just about 8 minutes to go of this third quarter.
Appreciate the help. I'm glad.
You're welcome. 29-6.
That chicken sandwich really brightened you up over there.
Man, I feel like a whole new man.
You look like a whole new man. You look happier. A little Chick-fil-A cheer anybody up, I guess.
Made with love.
Made with love. And peanut oil.
So they go for a run up the middle.
A lot of motion.
Pick up a couple. I would have to think that that's what you're going to see for the remainder of this game. With a big lead like this,
it's really easy. I mean, we've seen Prince George do it. Just go out here, run the ball. The time disappears.
I mean, we're already down to about 7.5 minutes, and they just picked up another 1st down. So if it's working, why run away from it? Just keep draining this clock. Make Prince George try to earn it, but eventually they just run out of time.
Yeah, I wouldn't get too razzle-dazzly.
Not at this point, especially not off that big interception.
Whole lot of motion, though. They love
QB Keek to the left side, and he's in for a spin move into the end zone.
Once again, showing you his athleticism.
That's going to take it up to 35-6.
Don't even need the field goal, and technically, you know what I mean?
It makes you wonder, though.
Go for 2.
Do you? I mean, you've done it all game. You hope not, but...
Yeah, I mean, we saw the kicker out here for about half of that halftime.
We did.
Just kicking field goals. So I guess he was trying to drop a hand of, hey, let me do my job.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go for the field goal. I would say at this point, if you go for a 2-point conversion, that's just disrespectful.
Scoreboard still ain't updated, but it is 35-6 pending this extra point. And almost blocked, but
that's going to make it a 30-point game.
That is now 36-6. Like Brad just said, it is a 30-point game here in Innsbruck at Deep Run. 7 minutes left.
I love how you keep referring to it as Innsbruck.
I like it better. It sounds better than Glen Allen to me.
So we've got Prince George, same as they've had this game. They've got, they've got Morris in the backfield and Curtis Allen ready for the kickoff.
Wow, a little switch up there. Get your two power guys back there. It's got to land in at least one of their hands.
Yeah. Can one of them make the play?
Actually, I don't think that is Curtis Allen, is it? Number 20.
It looks like 25 to me, but
yeah, well, when he turned, I could be wrong.
I'm not sure. Let's see.
I thought you were happy with that chicken sandwich. Now you're ready to.
I am very upset with you now. So, quick update: the Manchester Douglas Freeman game is now 42-0.
Oh.
Into the hands of, man, now you've got me questioning myself, but I believe still seeing. Nope, you are correct. That is 20.
I'm not going to make you say yours.
Wayne Glaze on the run back.
But that was a 25-yard run back. So, like, once again, like we've said, the special teams for Prince George still not letting these guys down. 25-yard return. Kind of hard to be mad at them on this one.
Spotted out to 29, first and 10.
The guy in the full leafy camo suit.
I love it.
He's tripping me out.
All I see is
Sasquatch.
face. I can't even see him. He just blends in.
Just hands and head.
So we've got a 1st and 10 on the 29-yard line. They're going to go with Curtis Allen right up the middle, and he's going to be able to pick up, looks like 1, maybe 2.
Yeah, it wasn't very much. He got it up to about the 30-yard line.
It started at the 29, yeah, so, I mean, he's going to pick up 1 out of that.
So that's going to make it a 2nd and 9 with 6:38.
Or they're saying that they're spotting him at the 31, so that'll be a pickup of 2.
2nd and 8 with 6:30 left. Prince George trying to get some momentum rolling here.
Johnson with a keep, running for his life all the way back down to the 15, nearly intercepted.
Beautifully broken up by number 85 of PG, because that was going to go back.
There is a flag on the field. I would like to see what that is about.
See what they got to say about that. And here's my zebra meeting in the middle of the field.
Big shout out to Tim Lassiter over there, the white hat.
Waving it
They are
off.
waving it away again. I tell you, Jesse, just through that halftime, I feel like it has gotten much chillier out here.
It definitely has gotten a little colder out here.
So we've got a 2nd and 8 on the 31, just over 6 minutes to go of this third quarter. Prince George with the ball, and Johnson steps back for a pass again, and it is matted, but Morris is able to catch it. Does he hang on to it?
I think he did.
He
took a big hit.
That is good enough for a first down.
He took a big hit from Jesse Robinson, but it was good. I mean, way to hold on to that ball, because he had to go up and make that catch, and he held on to it.
They are saying he did not have it. They're going to mark that as a 4th down.
Oh, man.
I think he might have been out of bounds. It looked like he held on to it, but I think the hit kind of pushed him out of bounds.
Great defensive stop by Jesse Robinson then on the Wildcats side to bring up a 4th and 8 on these Prince George Royals on their first drive of this second half, and once again getting stalled on their own 30.
Prince George is going to punt the ball away, and it is nearly blocked, but it only goes up to about the 46, rolls to the 49 on the opposite side.
Yeah, once again, it took a very favorable bounce for Prince George, because that could have been starting off in their territory once again, but those little 7-yard bounces just to get them over that 50-yard line. That's what kind of saving them a little bit, but
I've noticed every one of their punts has been very high, not very far.
He's had people in his face, so I know he's got to get it up, but he definitely does not have any line drive to his kick. It's definitely elevator shafts.
So they're going to do a QB keep to the right side, and he's got a hold. Does a nice another hurdle. Taken down, and it looks about the 37.
Kite around the right-hand side.
That QB has shown us this half.
He's showing off now.
Man. He's like, all right, you guys, you tired of me throwing it? I'll run it then.
If they won't let me run it, throw it, I'm gonna do something with it. You're gonna say my name a couple more times.
First and 10 Wildcats.
Bo Kite, literally.
Bo Kite.
B-O Kite.
So that's going to be a 1st and 10 on the 36 with 5.5 minutes to go of this third. And he steps back to pass, and he throws it deep, and it is matted away.
I think somebody got a hold of his arm as he threw, because that just looked like a flying dead duck. Looked like one of them old Tebow passes back in the day. Well, they're still coming out, still wanting to pass it.
I'm not mad. Again, I think, the first round of the playoffs, I understand that each game, the pressure builds up a little more, but I think this is your statement game. That's why you're seeing them run up 36-6. That's why you're seeing Manchester go 42-0. That's why you're seeing Hopewell at 30-0. They're running up these scores so they can show their opponents, whoever they have next, we're here to play.
You may think your game's easy,
but you got us next.
You got us next.
They'll give him 3 yards down to the 33. Sets up a 3rd down and 7.
So it's going to be a 3rd and 7 with 5 minutes to go of this third quarter. Wildcats still have the ball. Let's see what they go for.
Yeah, they're lining up in the pistol.
So he steps back, looks like a pass again, and he stays on his feet and goes for the run with a nice spin move, goes out of bounds at about the 32.
I tell you, I don't see any plays where he tucks it where he goes for negative yards. I don't think I've seen it one time yet. At least when he tucks it, he's giving you some positive yards, but that is going to bring up a 4th down for the Wildcats. Unless, well, we got an injured Prince George Royal.
That's not good.
That's definitely not what you want, number 50.
So on other side of it, this will be the first time of this game that Deep Run will be punting this ball away.
If they punt this ball away.
If they punt it away, which at this point,
That, of course, will end the official timeout.
I don't know that I would. I almost like the idea, because even if you stop them, even if they get stopped, then that puts
You're right where they stalled their last drive.
Exactly.
So,
but they're not. They're going to go for it. Be aggressive.
Kite and Rose in the backfield.
Looks like there's a little bit of confusion on the field.
Here we go. He's got 4 receivers set with a back to his back, and he drops back, and
he is sacked back at the 40-yard line. So that will be the first time that we have seen
a turnover on Deep Run.
Brought down by number 54, Antoine.
There you go. There's the spark that your defense needed.
But I am afraid to say that I believe that it's just a little too late.
30-point comeback with 4 minutes left in this quarter and a whole quarter afterwards. It's not crazy. It can be done.
You need to score on every drive, and you need to stop them
every
drive and not let them waste too much of the clock.
And that is definitely their game plan. They're going to come out here. They're going to run the ball. They're going to get the clock rolling. And they're only going to pass in situations I feel like they feel like they'll guaranteeingly have it open, or if they absolutely have to keep the drive alive to eat more clock up. But if I'm Prince George, I'm going in the air. I want to see Headley. I want to see Morris. I want to see Johnson. And it's a handoff to Allen.
He's going to get it up about 7.
He gets it up to about the 47-yard line, so that's going to bring up a second and manageable.
So it's going to be a 2nd and 3 on the 48-yard line. Here again, I think I'm going Allen again. They are right to the left side, and he's good for a first down and a couple of more. It looks Deep Run believes that they have that ball. Looks like,
and it is.
And they do. Oh my goodness. As if this game couldn't have been going any worse for you, it just got a little worse.
That's not what you want to see after you just think you picked up a first down in the enemy territory and then find out you actually turn the ball over back into the enemy's hands. Wildcats setting up in great field position once again with a 30-point lead.
Curtis Allen was very slow getting up. What just happened? They are now calling that a first down.
After the fumble recovery for the Wildcats, now they have it 1st and 10.
Okay, now I'm heavily confused.
All right, so now, no, I don't know what is happening now.
It's first down, PG, but don't signal it's
what? Yeah.
Wildcat ball and then tell
Tim.
You're going to get him hurt. Keep saying his name.
I don't know. Johnson back for the pass again, and he throws it deep to Morris.
Intercepted.
Looks intercepted. Oh, my gosh.
Intercepted.
Taken all the way to the 10-yard line. It looks like about a 40-yard bomb, but right into the hands of Deep Run.
There's an undeniable turnover that I can call, but now they're picking the ball up on the 10. This is probably going to be the longest drive that they'll have to do if they ended up converting this whole drive. This is the deepest they've been set back, so if it's Prince George, this is the time to step up. If you make a stop here, you're looking at a punt to get you. You're going to be starting on like the 40-yard line, 35-yard line, depending on the return, if it happens.
If I'm Deep Run right here, again, they just had some pretty good run plays. I'm running straight up the middle, running straight to the left or to the right. I mean, just getting the running plays, and there you go to the right side.
I was coming out with a quick pass.
Nope, I'm not. I'm not.
Just to see if you can get a little cushion of yards, then you can run the clock out with, well, not run the clock out, but
3 minutes to go of this third quarter. Again, with a 30-point lead, I'm wasting as much time as I can, even if they get me a 3rd and out. Now I've got to punt the ball. Then their punter has been kicking the ball 40, 50 yards. So now you're taking the back to their own 40, which is about where they would start anyway. I'm running the ball.
You see, he's still back in the pistol again.
QB keep to the left side, and he stays in bounds all the way up to about the 30-yard line.
That's going to be good enough to move the sticks.
I am mistaken. Back to about the 22. Looks like he stepped out of bounds.
Able to gain enough yards for the first down.
So that's going to be another 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
So I would say at this point, you could assume that Deep Run will probably win this game and go on to, again, assume that they're going to play Manchester, who, again, is 42-0 right now. What a matchup there. What a matchup there. At that point, they will be 11-0, both teams.
That's a matchup. That's an exciting matchup.
That's one of those games where I think it just comes down to who can outcoach who.
Who's got the better game plan? Who coached better? Who prepared better? It's going to come down to your finer details, like we've been talking about in a game like that. With, 42 points on Manchester, 36 on Deep Run so far.
Yeah, what I will say is Manchester's head coach was voted the ESPN Coach of the Week one time this year.
Really?
Yeah, so no slouch there. Deep Run, although they're kind of showing off at this game, I think they're going to have a much harder contender come next Friday night.
See what they go with here on a 3rd and short. Still saying balls on the 10, and it is clearly nowhere near the 10.
They're going to go run straight up the middle, and it looks, oh, man.
It looks, they're going to have to measure that to me.
Yeah, it looks like it's very close, but I don't think it's going to be good enough for.
I think the Prince George defense stepped up and made that stop last second. I think it's going to be a 4th down.
Yep, 4th and inches.
There it is. So what do you do in this situation? You're the Wildcats, you're up 30, it's 4th and inches.
Might go for it. Why not? I mean,
you go for it, but then you think about it, there's a minute left in this 3rd quarter, and that would put them in extremely great field position.
But do you anticipate them scoring, almost, well, what is that, 23 points in a 4th quarter? I mean, it's tough.
It's hard to assume that, and that is good enough for a 1st down.
Wow.
1st down for the Wildcats. About a half a football.
Wildcats managed to find the 1st down by about half the length of a football.
So that's going to bring up a 1st and 10 on the 34.
Clock rolling under a minute left in this 3rd quarter. Still back, and they've adopted this pistol setup more now.
Oh, my gosh, and they do that play again where they QB keep and then pitch it over to the running back on the right-hand side, and he's good for about 8 yards.
That brings up another very second and manageable. Seems like that's going to be their game plan for this 2nd half, is just keep getting big chunks on 1st down and just managing it out for the rest. And
at this point, I think it's all about, just managing the time, getting rid of it as much as you can, making sure that you finish this game out with, no injuries. Looks like they're anticipating a run because they're a full blitz.
And they were right. I mean, they stacked everybody in the box but the safety.
Yeah, that was one of those ones where I believe they sent the house.
You always send the house and leave a watch, man.
Pick up about a yard.
So they're going to pick up 1 out of that. So it's going to be about a 3rd and 4. Time out on the or never mind, they're just walking off to finish the quarter. And
that is about it.
There we go. That is it for the 3rd quarter.
God,
We're now moving. I know it felt like the longest 6 seconds of my life. So that is going to bring up 4th quarter. The score is 36-6. It's going to be a 3rd and 5 deep run with the ball on the 40.
Scoreless in the 3rd quarter, Prince George. You got to get a game plan going. You can at least get some dignity back in this 4th quarter.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, again, the game is close to being over. I think you'd hope to be able to pick up a couple of points, more of just like a pick-me-up, a cheer-me-up.
Yep. But you thought with the way we were leaving that 1st half that they would hopefully be able to carry some momentum back over into this 2nd half, and they haven't been able to do it. Deep Run has just been owning their field tonight, and it's hard to beat somebody at home with a crowd like this in a situation like this, and the way what they're showing you, it's just hard to try to even think about, figuring that out, because just in their own setup, they got about 2 or 3 that I've seen. They run so many plays out of it.
They're going to do another QB keep to a pitch over to the running back with a big run up the left side for a 1st down.
He moves the chains once again. He gets it almost all the way up to about midfield. Whole lot of John going on over there.
This is what you saw last week, and you hate it. There's a lot of emotion into the game, and right there at the end of the game, from what we saw last week, was the emotions got the best of them, and they ended up calling the game short because you just can't let it go.
Yeah, we had about 8 and a quarter, 8.5 minutes left in that game, and they ended up calling it. I mean, I get it. It was a 41 to what, 7?
Yeah.
41 to 7 score, but still, I mean, I wanted to commentate a little bit longer, man.
Steps back
Wide
for a
open.
big pass for 10, and man, that guy was holding on to him for 7 extra yards.
That's Gabe Henderson once again, who, like we've talked about, he never goes in the huddle very often.
I am surprised that they are still passing. I am very surprised.
Well, you know Prince George is anticipating run, run, run. So every now and then, just to get a bigger little chunk of yards, you can fake them out and throw it to a quick pass over to Henderson. And
Beautiful. If you watch that, he clapped like he was ready for the hike and drew Prince George offsides perfectly.
Offsides on the defense, you are correct.
Yep,
That's going to march them a little bit closer now. That puts them inside the 20 in the red zone of Prince George once again, trying to extend this 30-point lead.
It is surprising, though, that at this point in the game, they're still passing for big gains. They're still
hard counting
to pull them off sides. I mean, again, I think that they're just looking at this point as like we've got to get ready for next week.
Did you see the execution of the fakes?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. He didn't have to do that. The running back was already 5 yards upfield, and he still fakes the throw. That's fantastic coaching football right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them things that you dial down. So we were lucky enough for our Pee Wee team this year. We had a kid, and his dad is the coach for the Hopewell Blue Devils. And one of the things that they talked about that makes them such a good team is, I'm sure what's going on here, is that you work on those details. Yeah, you can work on the passing, you can work on the throwing, you can work on the running, you can work on all these things till the cows come home. But if you can figure out the small, minor details like that, that's how you win the game. That's how you're 36-6.
Football is a game of chess, and your best players are who you always hear about. Your Belichick's, your Rodgers, all of those. It's fine details.
Yeah.
It's hard coaching. And it's definitely showed in this game tonight, 36-6. I mean, this is not what I anticipated coming into this game.
Me either.
Out of everything I've seen out of Prince George this season, and of course I haven't watched Deep Run, not a single game, because I've been following PG.
Well, one of the things that I learned coming into this game is that there's only been one game this season that Deep Run has not won by 3 scores.
Really?
Yeah, they lost, they did not lose. They won against Patrick Henry with a field goal, but that was the only game of this season
that has come down to that kind of.
Yep.
Wow. So kind of looking like Hopewell back from where we're from.
Yep. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and goal and a 3rd and 3. I think at this point, again, they're just going to run the ball, kind of send this one home. I mean, it's getting late. It's getting cold.
It's getting cold, Jack.
Again, we are on top of the box, and he runs that right on in for another score. Man, that's going to make it a 42-point game, 42-6.
Yeah, that just sets the knife a little bit deeper. 42-6, depending on this extra point attempt. Carter Foy, kick is up. And
it
blocked.
Yeah, it was blocked. That's the second blocked PAT tonight.
That's field goal blocking unit for Prince George has been on point tonight.
Yeah. If you can take something away from the game, is that your special teams is holding it together for you.
The special teams have been doing fantastic all year, and they've definitely showed up as much as they could tonight. But like I said, this atmosphere, this home team, the preparation, it looks like it just looks like Deep Run just came a whole lot more ready for this one.
It is funny to see the kids on the sideline standing beside this propane fire.
I'm telling you, I would pay them $20 to bring it up here right about now.
I'm sure they'll take it.
We had a whole bunch of them big heaters going at work today, and when you walk past it, it kind of slows you down because you want to hang out by that heat for a little bit.
Blaze and more, Steve.
All right, and here we go with Wildcats kicking away to Prince George one more time.
Man, he booted that one all the way back to the 6.
Bounced it outside.
Nice. Stays outside.
Oh,
finds a hole.
That's holding.
On who?
It's right there.
I missed it. Who was holding?
I don't remember the exact number, but that's what I'm going to guess what that flag is for.
For deep run? Like deep run was holding?
No, I'm pretty sure it was PG holding.
Yeah, that's a. I
thought you were looking for a number.
No. I was just curious on who's catching the penalty here.
Yeah, I think it was a holding on deep run. Or on PG. Sorry, now you got me all confused.
Oh, man, now I was more confused now than I was.
Holding. There it is.
There you go.
Yeah, that was blatant. I mean, that was right here in the face.
So that's going to back them up 10.
I think that's part of the reason why I like high school and college sports that much better. I think it's the band.
Yeah.
I think it's just the band and the atmosphere.
Oh, watching them come in, from their locker room was awesome.
Yep. Like I said, we got the best seats in the house. One of the coldest seats in the house, but it's definitely one of the best seats in the house.
You can feel the wind up here, that is for sure.
It cuts right up here.
So you've got Prince George with the ball, 1st and 10 on the 27-yard line. They're going to motion right, do a pitch over to Curtis Allen. Good enough for a 1st down. Looks like he's going to pick about 1 extra.
Yeah, and then he was shoved out of bounds. We're looking at about 8:48 left in this game. 42-6 with the Wildcats all over the Royals.
Curtis Allen got enough for a 1st down.
So that's going to be a 1st and 10 on looks to be about the 40-yard line. Again, I think at this point you just want to score. Just the chances of coming back are very slim.
Like I said, this is all a dignity drive here.
Yeah, you just want to feel good. And they're going to pass over here to the left side. Yep.
That play could have been executed so much better.
That was a good play, though. I like that corner and that safety caught on to it pretty early, but Curtis Allen was able to cut left
if
before.
That ball would have came out 2 seconds earlier, that was a big play for Prince George. It had so much potential, and that is.
They were not fooled, though. This safety in this corner over here saw it coming from by the time the play started.
In the backfield.
There is a penalty on Prince George for unsportsmanlike conduct. So it's going to back him up 15 all the way back to the 25.
Don't do it. Don't go out like that. Don't go out catching flags because you're upset. Go out there, be a disciplined football team.
We've seen that, though. We've seen that this year. We've seen that when things start to not go their way, they do crumble.
I don't think the band has stopped playing. I think that's how they're staying warm.
Got to do something.
All right. Live ball. Here we go.
It's going to be a 2nd and 10 on the, looks like, what was that, the 25, and it is passed to the right side, but, man,
he just looked like he didn't even expect the ball to come to him.
Right. It was 6 yards away from him.
Yeah, he was not prepared for the pass to come his way at all.
Important news from the concession stand, and actually the Chick-fil-A Band Boosters stand. Chicken nuggets are now half price. 2 for $5. Get them while they last. Won't be long. You have a hankering for some Chick-fil-A.
So it's going to be a 3rd and 10 on the 25-yard line. 7 minutes, 20 seconds to go.
That's more than a 3rd and 10, homie. Once again, the scoreboard is not helping us out.
Oh, my goodness. That is a 3rd and 25.
And he heaves it. Whole lot of pushing and shoving, but he was definitely looking. There's no call good.
Johnson looking for
Once again, you bring out the arm way too late in the game.
Yep.
You brought it out way too late. If you'd done this in the first half, there'd be more time left.
Yep.
Who knows where the score would be? I don't know. They relied on their run so hard, and then to try to go, oh, we can pass it too when we need to, and then do it in a rush situation. That's no.
I think in this offseason, you really need to take a step back and look at the play calling. I think that's what has hurt them a lot throughout this season. I just think that they try to run a certain system for half a game and then run a certain system for the second half of the game, and it just doesn't work like that, you know. You again, let's go back. It's
very easily picked out. It's very easily picked up.
Right. Well, let's go back to the first 5 games, right? Their idea is we've got Sidney Rose. So what we're going to do is we're going to play Curtis Allen, and he'll play quarter number 1 and number 2, and then come quarter number 3 and number 4, we'll throw in Sidney Rose, and it's like, well, like, how far did that get you? You know? Then, like,
and it's unfortunate, though, that we didn't get to see that option for a whole season, because I do believe that could have worked if you executed it better.
No, I don't think that you played.
Because Sidney Rose was your fresh legs, but you don't do it full half this guy, full half this guy. You break it up.
Well, that's my point, is Curtis Allen is very fast, right? So if you're going to try to make a breakout run, you can throw Curtis Allen in. But Sidney Rose is just a
power back,
big boy, and he's going to break through that line. You need 3 yards, throw in Sidney Rose. You need 15 yards, maybe run Curtis. That's how you run.
That was a giant hole.
And he is off.
He's got a blocker. He's taking
all
that
the
to
way.
the house to the 10.
Oh, my gosh.
Touchdown.
49 points.
That's going to be 48, 49, depending on that extra point. But 48.
I guess that's true. They have had 2 blocks.
They've had 2 blocks, and they also like to go for 2 every now and then. So.
Wow.
And
wow.
That's going to take out every bit of hope that I think you had. Because it's now it's a 42-point lead.
Spoke height to hold, Carter Floyd will attempt the extra point.
It's a little fun fact. That's your quarterback and your wide receiver, being your holder and your kicker.
Oh, and there should be a flag there. Look, the quarterback is looking for it because that was a late hit on the kicker.
That's dirty. Kick is good, though, so that's going to make it 49-6. Wildcats all over these Royals here at home in Innsbruck.
In Innsbruck. I feel like I should be at a country music concert as much as you said that.
I don't have my Luke Bryan or my Justin Moores on, so.
Man. So it's going to be a 49-6 game. 5 minutes, 30 seconds to go of this game. Again, yeah. I think Prince George maybe tries to put one in, but I kind of think he just sent this one home.
At this point, in my mind as a coach, who hasn't played yet is the very first question coming out of my mouth. Go get some playing time in a playoff game, man.
You JV kids, you want a little bit of varsity time? Here you go.
Here you go. Here's what you've been asking for, but you get it in the season, end of the season. Yeah, that would be me, you know, because at this point, you know, I don't know what else you would be trying to go for other than some dignity, but trying to be the good coach in my eyes, I'm putting in on my guys who haven't played yet, who haven't got much playing time, you know.
Yeah, I mean, my whole thing is throw in some JV kids.
Put your younger guys in, see what you're going to have next year.
Right, because they're going to be your team next year, so might as well see what they've got now, and that is a wow.
I would have just fell on it.
Yeah, he tried to make something of it, but he almost lost that one.
Well, at least they're going to have pretty good field position to start this drive. 5:27 left in this game.
Good field positions for their whole 2 first downs they made this game.
first ball, and they're on the 31-yard line.
Throwing shots.
I mean, I call it as I see it, and what I'm seeing is, I don't know. Again, I think just bad play calling.
Did you just take your finger off the trigger for a second?
I try.
Down to 5 minutes. Prince George.
Curtis Allen to that left side, and he finds a hole, but he is held onto his jersey. Pitches it back to Johnson, and Johnson takes it straight up the middle, holding the jersey again,
And
but it
still
stays on his
fighting.
feet.
Still fighting.
Oh my gosh, and he takes that all the way back up to the 40. I'm wondering, is there a flag?
They started tackling him at their 45.
Wow.
Johnson.
I'm just surprised, man. He got up to past the first down with no flag. That is a very rare sight.
I'm pretty sure that's going to be about a 30-yard pickup for these Royals.
What? Just awareness.
I don't think that was designed like that. I think
No.
that was, hey, give me the ball.
Well, that was Curtis Allen like, hey, man, I am under pressure. Oh, God, you're open. Here you go. So that's going to bring up a whole nother set of downs. And again, now with a drive going your way, you kind of do want to score just for the fun of it. Don't go down by 42 points.
Don't go down in the single digits.
So that's going to bring up a 1st and 10 on the 39-yard line. I'm a little confused by the chain gang there, because it looks like as if Prince George was on defense.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here.
It looks like defense is coming out. What did we miss?
Did I miss a fumble?
It looks like we might have missed a fumble, but I don't
know what we missed.
That's definitely what we're seeing. They turnover on the 39-yard line.
Wow, okay. Well, if that doesn't put an unsettling feeling in your stomach.
I told you it was too good to be true. I told you it was too good to be true. You pick up some yards, you're either going to get a flag or a turnover. You don't know which one, but that time it happened to be a turnover. And that's a big old run for deep run, and they'll get a first down right off the opening drive.
Opening play of that drive.
Play.
They get it all the way up to, I don't know, different spots.
They're going to...
Ryan Judge said it was going to be on the 50, but the other one's like, nah, we're going to put it on 49. Still good enough for a first down for the Wildcats. Clock ticking on down to about 4 minutes left in this game. Still 49-6.
Taking a minute to kind of figure out what play they want to run. At this point, again, I would think that
or I think they're letting the play clock wind down, and they're going to look for their coach to look for the signal to go ahead and run the play.
Yep, that makes sense. It looks like they do have a second-string QB in.
Oh!
And it is fumbled and recovered.
That is not a second-string QB. That is Miles Ellis, who I believe caught one of those touchdowns and a two-point conversion at one point in this game, who they now have chilling back here at quarterback.
Clock still moving. Just over 3 minutes to go. It's going to be a 2nd and 14 on the 49. Like you said, I think they're just at this point going to just let the clock roll as much as they can. Send this one home. Take a big win.
Yeah.
Prepare a lot, because again, although coming off of this dominating game, next week is not going to be easy.
Far from easy, and he is met quickly in the backfield for that one. It's going to make it about a 3rd and 19. I'm going to go with. Definitely 3rd and long, but they are just letting the clock run. They don't even care about where they're on the field anymore.
Yeah, they're not even calling plays at this point.
They're just out there going, hey, figure out a run play and go for it. but wait till we tell you to hike the ball.
Yep.
I don't see a play clock, do you?
I do not. So with this game coming to an end, with Deep Run going to win this one, this will be me and Jesse's final game of the season. And I just wanted to say for a second, I have had a lot of fun. I want to thank Glenn for allowing us to be up here. I mean, me and Jesse, I mean, what an opportunity to be able to come up here and watch these games every Friday night and just have a whole new perspective on high school ball. And again, we look forward to it next year, and we hope that everybody that has been listening and has been following and supporting us throughout this season, we hope that you guys come back and follow us next season. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be better. We're going to work out all these kinks. We had some technical issues throughout the year, and we're not going to have those issues next year. We're going to have it all worked out this off season, and we hope you guys come back. And again, we've had a whole lot of fun.
It's been so much fun. I mean, for me all week, I'm sitting there at work, and I'm just so excited about Friday night. Even in high school, I didn't come to that many football games. I just wasn't that into it, and I've gotten a little older, and I love football. And then coaching to this on Fridays, it's been a very fun season. I can't wait to do it again here with Formation Sports. But
what we would like to ask from anybody listening, who's still listening, comment below and what games would you like to see for the remainder of this season. You know, again, this is just the opening round of the playoffs, so there will be two rounds to go before you get to states. So
we can't go to states.
That one is locked. We're going to try our best to get in with some other schools. You know, again, we're from Thomasdale. Looks like Thomasdale's going to win tonight. So,
but any games that you guys would like to see or have us cover, let us know, and we can get there and hopefully try to get it going.
Also, we have more. I mean, we're not limited to just football. So again, if you guys like any basketball, basketball's coming up here real soon. You know, baseball will start in the spring.
Baseball's coming in the spring.
And then, man, pass to the right. I wish he would have just stayed in bounds.
He wasn't thinking about that one. He was just worried about that first down.
Yeah, so let us know. Send out some comments. Let us know what you guys want to see. Again, you know, we don't limit it to just football. Although football is one of the most amazing sports out there, you know, we won't limit it to that, and we like to cover whatever you guys want to see. You know, whether it be basketball, volleyball, baseball,
golf,
whatever you want to see. Let us know. We will try our best to get in there. Again, we are going to try our best to have this not be our final game. We're going to try our best to get into some more playoff games this season. But it all depends on what we can get approved and what we can get happen. But if we can, let us know what you want to see, and we'll try to make it happen.
And that's going to do it for tonight with your Wildcats, ending it 49-6 at home. They will be going on to, I believe, Manchester next week.
Yep.
That you were talking about.
In Manchester.
In Manchester. That's going to be a big game. Probably a real fun one to watch. Hopefully we can be there or wherever we are wanted.
Yeah, so that's going to be it. Again, thank you all for watching. Thanks for following us. We look forward to doing it again. Until then, have fun.
Thank y'all.